Join the crew as a member of the Onyx Key for exclusive members-only messages, redirections, and content. We already have a bunch of videos live with some familiar topics as well as new questions, so I'll see you on the other side of the Onyx Key. Make sure you hit the join button to go deeper down this experience with me. Hello everyone, welcome to Onyx Earth Tarot. Everything you need to know about me is in the description box below. So we're back with another pick a card reading. It's timeless, it is love-based, still spring, so we're gonna keep trucking along and add some more future spouse type readings, marriage-based readings. So we're gonna be very specific today and ask what your future spouse will find attractive about you, what they'll love most about you, okay? We will be selecting matcha lattes today, so we'll hop right into it, okay? For those of you that are visually impaired, or if you like to choose based on me describing each pile, we'll do it now. Pile number 1 is the Dalgona matcha latte. Pile number 2 is the matcha frappuccino. Pile number 3 is the iced matcha latte, and then pile number 4 is the matcha boba, look at me, bubble milk tea, okay? I'll give you a moment to make your selection. And if you need more time, go ahead and pause the video. All right, pile number 1, my Dalgona matcha latte. We're gonna take a look at what your future spouse finds attractive about you, just like that, okay? So for those of you that are new, I read and channel past, present, as well as incoming energy. I do read a polarity, which means there's a light, as well as a shadow. You just have to find yourself in the lesson and the journey, okay? So let's get a good shuffle. And we'll get an overview card just to get an overview of what your future spouse will find attractive about you. This can apply for just future. This can be current for those of you that like to participate. Everybody has a place and a space here, okay? So tell me for my Dalgona matcha latte what their future spouse finds attractive. Some of you, if you're easily flustered, easily embarrassed, this person thinks it's cute when you blush, or they like however your mannerisms are when you're flustered, they think that's cute. It kind of like, it's like a childlike energy when you're flustered, okay? All right, magnificent. So this person's gonna just be everything about you, which is good, right? We're talking about your future spouse, the person you choose to spend your life with. We have Bird of Paradise here. Some of you, if you wear pearls, if pearls are a thing, they find it really attractive on you. That's a thing. So I like it. I like how positive everything came through immediately. We've got Faith with Passion Flower. Yeah, it feels very festive. If you're the type that's like very into vivid colors like bright oranges and reds, like if you wear those, this person finds that really attractive on you, whether it's clothing, whether it's makeup, something about these types of tones and the cards that I have here to my left with that, like I mentioned, that bright red, that bright orange, they really like it, okay? So tell me more. What's my pile number 1's future spouse finding attractive about my Dalgona matcha latte? Let's get a shuffle. You know, my attention's being called just to the colors that I chose today. It could be relevant to every pile, but it might just be this one specifically. I don't know yet. But like these nudes, these beiges, tans, khakis, like those shades are flattering on you, and this person really likes it. I say that because something about nudes, beiges, like brown undertones with the red and orange, because this is a gold, this deck has a lot of gold in it, right? So gold shades is a thing, okay? All right. Something about coordination. So that's something this person admires. What I just put down is the Eight of Pentacles. So this is someone that really thinks that you move in efficiency. Like you're very efficient, you're very good at the things that you do, you're very organized, like things like that. And the reason why it's coming through like that is it's not just work ethic and it's not just routine. Something about the coordination here. Like I'm getting a strong like coordination. Like if you're into fashion, if you're into styling, something about the way you piece yourself together, this person's gonna really like it in the terms of aesthetics. But because we're talking about your future spouse and the person that's like, I'm gonna spend my life with this Dalgona matcha latte, well, it's more than just appearances and aesthetics. It's gotta be the way you manage your day to day, right? It could be the type of career you've chosen. It could be the way your career, you shine in your career. If you have success, this person admires that. I know I'm using present tense, so some of you are definitely asking about a current spouse or have someone specific in mind, like a fiance. Could be that as well. But this is all future spouse oriented. So let's see. We've got the artist. Yeah, so this is a different card. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not the most familiar with it. I don't use the deck that often. But this is a major arcana that is specific to this deck. So it's number 22. If you know tarot, you know that's definitely an extra card because that doesn't exist anywhere else. Um, but if you're very artistic, if you do work as a creative of any kind, that's what's gonna attract this person to you. That's what this person loves most. Like, in everything. You even if you're not a creative or an artist by profession, an artist is all of the creative arts, anything that could be innovative of any kind, right? If you are one of those people that makes everything an experience and flashy, like let's say you're having a movie day at home and you make a big deal about it, you make snacks like homemade snacks, like you project it out, you get the blankets, like if it's always an experience, everything has to have passion instilled in it. That's what this person's really going to admire about you because it makes the day-to-day kind of worth the living. Like that's the vibe I get is your future spouse is gonna find you adding fulfillment to their day-to-day. Like the day-to-day is gonna have more meaning with them. Okay? Because like a good example is like if like let's say you're not an artist in terms of like let's use my thumbnails. If you're not a chef, if you're not into foods, things like that professionally, right? You still at home as a hobby, maybe you decorate, I don't know, the matchas. Maybe you decorate the cupcakes, right? You make it look like it came from somewhere that you paid for, right? That's an experience this person's gonna really admire. Feels like a person that has a lot of hobbies or has is really gifted at least one, two, maybe three hobbies, right? It's a very crafty person naturally, and that's one of the more admirable traits that this person's gonna see in you, okay? Let me get one more in the bottom. My Dalgona Matcha Latte. Take this one. Five of Swords. If you have an energy where you have a like a protective edge, like if you're protective over like people you love and care about, this person's gonna really admire that. When it comes down to if this person has a tendency to self-sabotage, like we all do, right? But when this person, your future spouse, does that, you seem to be the person that kind of aids them in that sense. Like you may call them out on it, or you may go out of your way to find a creative, more efficient way of handling a situation. I was using snacks earlier as an example just because it's good and we use it on the channel a lot. Good example of these three cards is if you know your person has like a weak soft spot for like certain snacks and they're trying to be healthier and they will eat a snack all day every day that they should not be eating, you may find a creative way to kind of make it like not as bad for them so that it's not they can have it each day. They can have it maybe twice a day because now it's a part of their nutrition, right? Because you've used healthier options, you've used substitute some ingredients, whatever it is, right? That's a good example. If there's any, this person will like, depending on where you fall, how definitive you are about them and their connection and how much faith you have in them. Because Five of Swords, it's someone that's willing to burn bridges. It's someone that's willing to, in the worst sense, cut off their nose to spite their face. So if like you believe everything they say, if they can do no wrong, they definitely will admire your faith in them to where you're willing to go against people you probably shouldn't or wouldn't want to, like other family members and things like that, and being protective over them. If you have any faith, right, whether religious or just spiritual in nature, that's something else they'll find really attractive. It's a lot on the table. I got Nine of Wands. The way you observe, something about your takeaways and observations of certain things, whether it's situations and settings, this person's going to admire that as well. But that card feels like after all of the work, after the job well done, just really appreciating what it is you've produced, created, or after this person's work and work was really busy, worked really hard, coming home to really just admire you and the things you've been doing and just really being able to sit in and appreciate your energy. I love this pile. I think it's really sweet because this person's gonna, like, it feels like you're gonna do good when you finally meet your person, or if you're currently with your person. Good for you. I love to see it because it's a really positive vibe. This person seems to really just love sitting in your energy. They feel like you just mesh really well. Those of you where we're talking future, right? True future spouse, like I intended, we have very soon at the bottom of this deck. So good for you. I'm gonna pull from this one and that last one. And I think we're done here. So tell me some more. What's my Dalgona Matcha Latte future spouse finding attractive? Okay, I'll take all four. Why not? Why not? We got reconciliation. Someone from your past is returning to your life. Since we're talking future spouse, if this is a person that there was like estrangement, I don't know why I'm using that word, being estranged with, if you break up with this person at any point of the connection and get back together, they like how the faith and the commitment, I mentioned the ability to work through things with the Eight of Pentacles. They like your ability to give them space when they need it, right? Not take it personally if they need just some time to themselves. And then reconciliation also feels like someone that reads their partner at the end of a day the same way every time. So like whether it's 10 years in, 20 years in, still really excited, like it's the honeymoon stage, like, oh, my partner's coming home from work, right? That's really sweet because we do also have passion, which I mentioned with all this magnificent energy, this artist-based energy. If you're an artist, this person just really loves that spirit that you have. And if this person is the artist, then that's why they admire those qualities in you, because that's typically what creatives really need. They need attention. Okay, they do. So they love that. All right, we've got flirt, which this person's gonna love how you communicate with them, how attracted you are to them. Something about the ability to keep things passionate and fresh, right? With Eight of Pentacles, it's making things work. Artist really creative. I mentioned passion and flirt feels like the spark never leaves, even if you have issues, right? Even if there's issues, you just take a pause, you take a break. But when you come back, that flirtatious vibe between the two of you comes back right away, right? And again, look, the ability to communicate, right, effectively, efficiently, just the way you converse with one another, things like that, right? Hearing each other out, right? It says, honestly discuss your feelings with each other. So it's a very healthy couple on my table. I'm so glad to see it. We got let go of control issues, allow the situation to unfold naturally. I like it. I like it. Good for you, Power One. You know, it's the complete opposite of all of the chaos I'm used to seeing. I love it. We may do more of these, especially since they're sweet, to the point, they don't take us long. I'm gonna get your last couple of cards and close you out. What else do we need to know about my Dalgona Matcha Latte future spouse and what they're finding attractive about my pal number one? What else do we need to know? You know, okay, so here's the thing. I'm spilling like all kinds of information that's not necessarily the attractive part. I think this person's gonna really like telling the story of how you two came to be. Wasn't really intended to be long term, was meant to be passionate and fun, was not meant to be long term because we have building a future in reverse. Like I never thought it would be Pal One, didn't think it would be the Dalgona Matcha Latte, but look at us. Flirting led to serious conversations, and now we're married. That's kind of the vibe of it. So let me see. Let me get one more on the bottom. There we go. Another. Well, this is actually a maturing one. Almost was reversal. Playfulness. Yeah, so I'll take it both because, again, doubling down on was not intended to be serious. Something about you two wasn't supposed to be serious in any way. In the maturing, it was like you met each other at a point where you intended to play, not play games in a shadow sense, but like just enjoy and be dating, right? Without all of the chaos, because we have let go control issues, which means going with the flow a little bit. So you were doing that, right? And or we'll be doing that, and then things get a little bit serious and it works out. So good for you. Good for you. All right. And then the best part. And it says, if life were a movie, being with each other would be the best part. You both bring out the better parts of each other. So, I mean, I don't mind that energy. I don't mind that energy at all. This person is the type, will be the type to say that you're their better half. I mentioned the movie, so something about the vibe and just being comfortable at movie, whether date night is movies and you love movies and going out to see movies, but I got a strong vibe of being at home watching movies. So the fact that that card came out after I definitely said that earlier, I love to see it. Something about just being able to cuddle up at home and just being comfortable and making your own movie theater experience at home. That is a huge thing. But again, not meaning to be serious and accidentally having that happen is definitely a story to be told. So there you go, my pal number one. That is all I have for you today. Hopefully it resonated. If it did, please like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and join the crew if you're able to. We have a lot of exclusive messages on the Onyx Key tier. Thank you for watching. All right, pal number two, my matcha frappuccino. Let's take a look at what your future spouse finds attractive and loves about you. So, for those of you that are new, I read and channel past, present, as well as incoming energy. I do read a polarity, which means there's a light as well as a shadow. You just have to find yourself and the lesson and the journey. So, this is an kind of to the point topic. If you have a current partner, fiance, spouse, definitely can do that, right? Everybody has a place space here. I want to get this redirection out of the way for everybody because I may not write these for the crew. They're a little short, okay? So if I forget, it's up to you to go to these ones, okay? I have here on the table Orchids and Dahlia, and I have them in the Secret Admirer playlist. Even if I don't write redirections, I will make a note here to put it in the description box so you can go down there and see, okay? All right, so I'm gonna get an overview of what Matcha Frappuccino's future spouse finds attractive and loves about you. Let me see. It's my pal number two. Some of you, I'm a little far ahead of you. Look at you. I love that for you. That means that maybe one of those secret admirer pals will be your future spouse, whether that's someone that's admiring you right now or someone that's going to be admiring you at a later date. I love that. If you're Liking the things on the channel, those redirections I mentioned often connect across readings. Members do get like I do it for them, I write it out for them. But if I mention it in a reading and you have access to the reading, just go, right? All right. And look, boom, another one, Daisy and Peacock. Definitely join memberships if you're able to. This is a pile of, there's definitely messages on the channel for you, but something about your purity, your innocence, that beautiful Daisy Peacock energy is really going to be very alluring to this person. So your future spouse will be a secret admirer first, if you need me to tell you that, if you need me to confirm that. And the thing they're going to admire most that will carry over into the marriage will be, one, the beauty of the peacock, all of that positive shining energy, but that purity, innocence that you seem to just have, like something about the way you interact with people, the way you carry yourself is just very pure. Could even be what some people would consider to be a little green, but it doesn't feel like a shadow. It feels like, you know, they don't make people like Powtoon and nowadays, right? Like it feels rare. Okay, I like it. So let me see this at the bottom. We've got pride. Yeah, you know, the confidence, pride feels like very confident in who you are, very confident in your innocence and not needing to change to be to fit in, right? I'll say to fit in, to be, I guess, popular, to be what people consider to be attractive, like what people say you should be doing. So your ability to just be confident and comfortable in who you are, that's something that this person is going to deeply admire up front. They will take pride in your innocence. Now, there's something about this person that you're asking about, this, those of you selecting this matcha frappuccino. I don't know what their perspective on life and their values or anything like that would be. So maybe go to the other readings to confirm. But this is literal. This is someone that will take great pride in your innocence. So whatever that means, however literal that may be, the implication may be, but something about like being able to say like how to is just with me, or, and I don't even mean in like a sensual sexual manner. I mean just something about, because innocence could be how other people perceive you, right? Compared to other people. Like we know how society views people, specifically most of the feminine selecting these piles on the channel, how society views feminine, specifically women, that are more innocent natured or perceived as such versus the alternative. So something about this person will take great pride in it. I'm not saying it's right or wrong or good or bad. I'm just making you aware that that's a thing. Okay, so let me tell me more about this matcha frappuccino. What is their future spouse gonna find attractive and love most about my pal number 2, my matcha frappuccino? You know, temperance does talk about balance, and this card also feels like, I feel like that's an angel's wings, right? So again, back to that innocence and that purity and angelic vibe, okay? I'm gonna grab this one since it's poking out. We got the 5 of Swords. Let's see, why is 5 of Swords here? Let me clarify. Tell me more about, like, it feels like the type of person that will perceive you as being better than other people. Like, I'm so glad I ended up with Pal 2 because they're so much better than the alternatives. Feels like the type of person that will compare you to their friends, spouses and partners. Like, so glad I'm with Pal 2 because look at that over there or whatever. I don't know. Feels gossipy, I'm not gonna lie, but there's nothing wrong with that. It's fine. Let me get one more, because what is that 5 of Swords? Because 5 of Swords is cutting off your nose to spite your face. Like, it can be self-sabotage, okay? And it feels like this person's gonna be excited at other people self-sabotaged in with you, like at whatever stage they end up with you. So like every day they'll be like, of all the people, Pal 2 could have ended up with me. So glad everybody before me was silly or stupid, and I'm able to be with Pal 2. And then Five of Swords is someone that's possibly so annoying with how much they brag on their partner. So it's someone that will brag on you. I know I'm trying to see like what they find attractive about you, but it feels like everything, your whole essence, with the underlying essence being the purity and the angelic vibe, and in them being so attracted to that, and that being at the forefront of importance, it's like on everybody's nerves because they have so much pride and they think they're so much better than other people because they have either a spouse like you, or whether it's because their friends spouses may not measure up in their eyes to you. So whether we're talking physical appearance, whether we're talking the way you carry yourself, whether we're talking about the way you do things day to day, like if you're talented in any way, like that's the energy coming through. I have an incoming card that is the World. Like, this person's gonna find everything about attractive about you, the whole world, everything you do, like everything you do, like down to your handwriting. This person's gonna be so annoying with their friends and other people. Like, look at how to the Matcha Frappucino has amazing penmanship, like just aggravating. I think it's funny, but yeah. We got the King of Cups. Yes, completely smitten. We'll use the word smitten, right? We got a King of Cups here that is just like, the older people say, nose wide open. Like, in this person's eyes, you'll basically be able to do no wrong. Like, everything you do is right, even when it's wrong. The mistake adds character. Like, whatever it is, it's fine. The mistake is cute, it's fine, because that's the wave of this thing. So I don't get anything distinct other than what I mentioned at the very beginning. I got two more decks. We'll get ready to close it out in a second, but let me pull here and see more. But I mean, it's pretty straightforward. Oh yeah, I'm dropping everything. Do pay attention to red flags. I mentioned the friends. Hold on, give me 1 second. This is someone that will be attracted to the fact that you don't have children, or that you don't want children. Let me see. Hold on. We got one more. We got reconciliation. When they meet you, if you don't have children, they'll be deeply look at me. I'm like shifting. I dropped everything just now, so just bear with me. If I don't cut this out, it means I forgot. It means I forgot. um you don't have children if this is someone you've reconnected with at any point, like let's say you break up, get back together, or you knew them younger and now you're older. When they see you again, when they connected with you again and started to really like be interested in you in that way, you didn't have children, right? Like, after all this time, Pal 2 still doesn't have children. It ties into that beginning part, right? If they had friends that were interested in you, they'd be all excited about the fact that the friends did not get you. It feels like a slightly messy person, I'm not gonna lie, but nobody's perfect. I'm not judging your partner. This is someone that will be completely smitten with you. Feels like someone that will be a good partner to you. I do see some slight shadows, like a controlling thing, but I'm not that worried about it because that's not our topic today. So tell me what my matcha frappuccino's future spouse will find most attractive about him. There we go. We got 3. Let go of control issues. Easy going. Like, if you're like, they will like that you're not worried about things, that you're very easygoing. If you have a passive nature, that will be attractive to them. And there's nothing wrong with any of this I'm saying, okay? We've got finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. If you have a career path that is noteworthy, this person will be like bragging on that. They'll be excited to talk about that. If you are the type of partner that fully locks in and helps support them with their career and finances, they will be enamored with that. It just depends on what your dynamic will be, because it's a bunch of you. Make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. This is someone that will be attracted to you forcing them to apply effort, right? Like, this is something that is important to this person. I mentioned the innocence. There is an underlying traditional sense to the pile where this person will like that you have those qualities that are traditionally considered in whatever gender role of the culture if you share one, right? Because making the effort is definitely someone that's not easy to get, not easily interested, or just hasn't had a lot of romantic partners in their life. So that's someone that's something that's gonna be, I don't say a deal breaker, maybe when this person's dating, but like they'll be really excited to have found you. Okay. Now, and I say that because I even remember I had on the table, we talked about children. We had that card. So what's at the bottom? You deserve love. You're lovable. And again, this person's perception of you will be based on their perception of right and wrong. So they will see you as worthy of all of the treatment that they give you, because they will genuinely see you as better than other people, better than any of their other options, right? We mentioned the angel devil on the shoulder, like they'll see you as the angel side, therefore more worthy than someone leaning some in the other direction. Okay, right? You deserve love. So let me pull from this last one. You'll have a doting partner that loves everything about you, but it will be based on their perceived perfection of you. I don't want any of you to get mad at me, because some of you are going to catch on, especially some of you that are a little more mature, a lot of you that are a little more prone. You'll catch the underlying energy of this and you might be turned off. But remember, this is just one-dimensional. When we ask questions that are that straightforward, we get the one-dimensional answer, especially when I'm cutting these down. So I won't get the depth of this person's lighter side as much, beyond them being completely enamored. Pal 2 can do no wrong, unless the only wrong would be going against this perception they have, doing anything that contrasts or conflicts with that. That's where the shadow will rear. Okay. A matcha frappuccino. Give me my final messages. We have attraction. Your captivating energy makes you attractive. You wear confidence well. I did mention confident, and I mentioned like this is someone that's going to be very just attracted to you in general, right? So just my matcha frappuccino. Give me yeah, 2 more. Yeah, exactly. Divine union. Ideal partner. They will see you as divine feminine, divine masculine, whichever one you identify, but they will see you as exactly that. Okay? From the moment they see you. I mentioned the secret admirer. This is someone that may covet you, just because I mentioned, seems like a person that's seeking a very specific type of partner, right? I mentioned like no kids, or either no kids or not wanting kids. I mentioned, and if you have kids, whatever that looks like, it's something about the dynamic. So like if you have kids, that means this person was looking for someone with kids already, so that maybe that they don't have to have them or something like that. You get what I'm saying? So don't think that you can't be in here if you have kids. It's just this person seems to have very specific perception of what they want in a partner, hence why they will be able to admire you prior to actively being with you. All right. Right. But that divine union that's exactly what I want in a partner. This is exactly the type of person that you consider to marry. We got best part. If life were a movie, being with each other would be the best part. You both bring out the better parts of each other. Some of you are watching more than one pile because I've cut them down. Good for you. Fine. But if you came from pile 1, that's okay, because I got 2 cards. Actually, both of these, I believe, came in a previous pile. Okay. Totally different energies. So maybe you match them in this one person's personality. Okay. But this person will see you as everything and then some. Their better half feels like brag, brag, brag. Pile 2 is better than you. Okay. That's what it feels like. All right. Love language. Learning and understanding each other's love languages are essential to meet each other's emotional needs. This person will deeply admire and be attracted to the fact that you're willing to compromise, that you know their love language. You're very good at leaning into their love language, right? And again, all of this I've mentioned, they will consider you not only the love of their life, the person that they are attracted to, but someone that is just worthy of it. So it's someone that will literally want to give you the world, like the world card, because they will feel like you are the type of person that deserves the world because you're better than everybody else, right? All right, so that is all I have for you today, my matcha frappuccino. Hopefully it resonated. If it did, please like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and join the crew if you're able to. We have a lot of exclusive messages on the Onyx Key tier. Thank you for watching. All right, pal number three, my iced matcha latte. Let's take a look at what your future spouse finds attractive and loves about you, okay? So, for those of you that are new, I read and channel past, present, as well as incoming energy. I do read a polarity, which means there's a light as well as a shadow. You just have to find yourself in the lesson and the journey, okay? Let me take a look at this iced matcha latte. This is actually the to-go cup. It's the only one that's not glass, I'm realizing, now that I'm looking at it. So, my iced matcha latte. Give me an overview for what your future spouse finds attractive about you. Some of y'all got a wave of you stay busy, right? If you stay busy, that's the thing. If they're busy, it feels like you're always down to shift the schedule, right, to fit what they need. Like if they have to cancel plans, if they have to work late, if they have to do whatever, you're ready to go with the to-go cup. I feel like that's a thing for some of you. I got that wave with that cup, okay? And again, some of you, that's you with that cup, like, bye, I'm out of here. Because that may be a person that just does not want like a clingy spouse. They're like, oh, pile 3 is gone, house is mine for the day, yay. I don't know, I got that wave. So tell me more. What will my iced matcha latte's future spouse find attractive about them? This is loud, it's screaming. The lily. Hey, we might have to do redirections today. I might make some notes. We have lilies in the secret admirer reading. So this person will admire you a little bit before you get to know each other. Like once you start dating, obviously that's when you become together, but prior to the getting to know this person at all, they'll admire you. They'll see you as very elegant. Okay? Something about your elegance. And then I've got pride, but I'm going to do something I don't normally do because you see that sticking out. We're going to take that as the bottom. Boom, luck. So we'll do that because I saw that card already today. We don't want to do it again, even though we cleanse. So luck, elegance. Feels like the type of person that would like refer to you as like their lucky charm, things like that. Okay, let me see. My iced matcha latte. Feels like someone that will feel very lucky to have ended up with a partner, a spouse as elegant as you. Feels like a type of person I'm actually seeing where other people actually let them know that they're very lucky to have ended up with a partner that is as elegant as you. Okay? Okay. Sorry, I didn't mean for that to be loud. That just dropped. We got the Knight of Swords, which definitely confirms people letting this person know how great you are. All right, look at you. Tell me more. What's my iced matcha latte's future spouse gonna find attractive most about them? This card came out in quite literally every single pile. Let's see. Lots of communication on the table, that's for sure. Let me get me one more. My iced matcha latte. Okay, we'll do this. Pentacles. And I will take the 2 that are sticking out as well as the bottom. Because what's that? We got the Justice. Nine of Cups. Hanged Man. So whatever it is about your energy, pile number 3, you feel very conventionally, very traditionally attractive. Like what most people would just consider to be someone that looks good, okay? Everything about how you look, how you carry yourself, that's what this person is going to be led by initially, okay? I do get a wave of other people being very attracted to you, and that being a huge thing that this person kind of sees you like a prize, okay? So what's this person going to find attractive about you? You'll be like a prize. I'm not going to lie. It's not as bad as it sounds. I just don't have the right words for it in a timeline that I need to get this message out. But that's the key thing, is being the person that was able to court, when we're talking really traditional, or capture the iced matcha latte's attention, right? To the point of marriage. People are like, that's crazy that that person actually married you. You know, like, I don't know why it's like that, but it's definitely a thing. So, like, again, I'm hearing Pal 3 got lucky. That iced matcha latte got really lucky. Okay. And Hangman could be that they landed this person. Or vice versa. Like, it feels like it's the opposite, right? Like, the person, and you know what? If you're picking based on your current spouse, or even if, like, your future spouse, like, they may like iced matchas. I'm realizing they might have like to-go cups of iced matcha lattes might be a thing for them. Okay, like somebody you selecting this pile. Now that I'm realizing, because I wanted to call them that. So one of the things that I'm actually really seeing on the table is, if you have a spirit of like defending them, or just anyone, like if you're very sharp with your words when you're defending people or them, that's something they're gonna really admire. Like, something about the way you communicate, the way you express yourself, especially when annoyed, that's what this person's really gonna like. Like, I don't know, it feels like someone that would play too much and actually make you a little aggravated on purpose, just because something about the tone, something about like the accent, something about the language you use when annoyed is either hilarious, or they just find it like turns this person on. Like, that's gonna be one of the things, okay? So what else do we've got here? Let me pull more and see. My iced matcha latte. What's the future spouse gonna find most attractive about my iced matcha latte? Okay. Soulmate worth waiting for. Okay. What they'll like most. So this doesn't necessarily feel like a person that's very superficial, even though up front they'll be very attracted to you and just how you look and things like that. It feels more like someone that's just really looking for a soulmate. So the way you interact with them, everything about you will mesh really well with them, and that's really what does it. Like, if you ask this person to describe what they're most attracted to you, they'll be like, I mean, I don't know, Pow 3 was made for me. That would be kind of the description, because soulmate is here, okay? And worth waiting for, divine timing is at work in your love life. So again, like, it feels like someone that will kind of know immediately that they're gonna want to go all the way with you in terms of marriage, because they will see you as a soulmate worth waiting for, okay? So let me, very soon. All right, well, that card is here. So very soon, right? If you're looking to see incoming future, I have other readings on the channel. I think I sent you to, I did send you to the lily pile. I have lily piles on the secret admirer. So maybe this is soon, maybe this is present incoming energy for you. But this combination also talks about the patience and the pace of the connection being at a healthy pace in their eyes, despite knowing that you're going to end up together. All right, let me get one more. My iced matcha latte from the pile number 3. What's your future spouse gonna find attractive about you? All right, well, the way I mentioned the voice, I mentioned the tone, something about your voice is like a song, okay? Like a sweet song. Some of you may sing, right? Um, some of you may be speakers, like something about the way you sound, word usage, things like that. This person just really, your voice. If they had to pick one thing, it would be the way you sound, okay? And it also says soulmates often use music and songs as telepathic aid in order to share spiritual messages and emotions with each other. Something about your taste in music. Maybe you have similar taste in music. You listen to a lot of music together. That's something they're really going to appreciate. In terms of quality time and things you do together, it's going to be music based. And we have clarity. Someone finally sees the answer that was always right in front of their eyes. The vision is clear. Therefore, what is to come shall be clear too. I mentioned the clarity of finally finding the person you feel was made for you. That's how this person will describe you and the connection. And something about being very clear. There's a lot of air placements on the table as well as the justice card. It feels like you're very good at expressing yourself, and that's going to carry over very, very well into the relationship, okay? Especially as you transition to marriage. So, exciting news says good news is coming your way, whether it is a pregnancy, an engagement, or moving in together. Let's get excited to celebrate. So, I added in the word let's accidentally. So, some of you are asking about a fiance. Congratulations, good for you, because very soon and exciting news feels like engagement. One of the key moments, I don't know why it's relevant to the topic today, will be the actual engagement. So I don't know if it's going to be a big creative engagement or a really, really, obviously it's going to be a special moment. But if this person is the type to do it in a very special way, something about the way you look during the actual engagement, right? Like when they ask, when you ask, however, will be a big deal. Okay. All right. It also feels like someone that's excited to brag and let everybody know they're engaged to you even before marriage. Because again, it feels like lucky and the hangman, like, right? It just feels like something special. But we have getting to know each other, enjoy discovering new commonalities, goals, dreams as you get to learn more about each other. I mentioned from the moment this person really starts getting to know you as a person, they'll become more and more attracted to you. And that'll be over time. That'll be through the marriage as you learn things together. But something about just, again, the way you communicate, the way you connect, just overall connect will be the biggest deal for this person. All right. So that is all I have for you today. My iced matcha latte. Hopefully it resonated. If it did, please like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and join the crew if you're able to. We have a lot of exclusive messages on the Onyx Key tier. Thank you for watching. All right, pile number 4, my matcha boba bubble milk tea. Let's see what your future spouse finds attractive and loves most about you. So for those of you that are new, I read in channel, past, present, as well as incoming energy. I do read a polarity, which means there's a light as well as a shadow. You just have to find yourself and the lesson and the journey. So let's get you an overview. I will say while I get this little shuffle in, this is the first pile today where the resets, as I was preparing them, began to talk prior to. That normally happens in other readings, but something about this person's interest or them talking prior to even getting to know you, or maybe they can see you, but they hear you before they see you, or they smell you before they see you. Like something about it, they can just feel when you're coming, whether it's into another room or across the house, something like that. But also, this is someone that's going to really admire because I got love at first sight at the bottom of one of those stacks, right? So they'll like you immediately. And then I saw aspirational. So there's this huge deal about not really having access to you, right? Like being interested in you and not really being able to like get close to you or get as much information on you. Like something about like you feel very private. Like if they're talking to you, like initially they're not able to get much out of you. That's just kind of what it feels like. So tell me, give me an overview. We got the Dahlia. We have Dahlias on the channel, in the Secret Admirer playlist. So go there, go there. There's certain dignity associated with you and wisdom. Okay, got it. Something about your energy feels very wise, like at first impression. So, and now we'll have this person intrigued, because since we have Secret Admirer, I'll lead up to what gets this person's attraction initially, right? Now, in that being this person's initial interest, it will still carry over into the marriage, right? Like, this person will love how dignified you are and how wise you are, and just something about that that's very impressive. It feels like something this person's gonna take great pride in, right? Especially like I get a vibe of like some of you are like teachers or like academics, and that's just something this person's gonna deeply admire, whether that's information you're sharing with them or if they just like to watch you in action, sharing that knowledge with other people. All right. Okay, so my matcha boba bubble tea. Give me more information for the bubble tea. What's my bubble tea's future spouse finding attractive about my top 4? Balancing everything, being able to handle anything that comes your way, just really being able to juggle things. Okay? So tell me something about never being caught off balance, never being caught off center, right? With the 4 cups is not being caught off center, not being easily distracted, being very focused on what it is you're doing, the way you're doing it. Okay? I heard the words attention to detail. Okay? Being unaccessible. I mentioned the little mysterious vibe at the beginning that came through as I was preparing for your pile. This is still here, right? And because 4 of Cups talks about being disengaged and disinterested. So it's someone that will admire that you have your own identity and own life outside of them, but also that if this person has a history of anything, because I mentioned a history because I don't know why this is on the table, they'll be very confident and comfortable in knowing that your eyes won't stray from them, right? Like, you won't be interested in, like, they don't have to worry about you cheating and things like that, because that's what we have here. Like, not interested in juggling people could be a thing as well. Not interested in juggling situations. So that will be something this person admires. This is also someone that will like that. I'll even say in the dating stages that you won't be interested in dating multiple people at one time. That's what'll pull them in, is that you're just disinterested in dating multiple people, or dating in general may just not be your priority. Okay. So let me see. Tell me more about my bubble tea, my matcha bubble tea for pile 4. If we need more, I'll grab that one since it's sticking out. 2 of Wands is planning. Whatever you do when you're juggling things, when you're planning, and your ability to lock in, this person's really gonna like that about you. Like, I don't know if this person, like, how they'll watch you work. Like, it feels like someone that may watch you work, watch you do things, watch you do tasks, whether it's around the house or just out and about, because like your ability to lock in, that's what this person's really gonna just admire about you the most. Okay? Stop. Judgment. How decisive you are. So if this is a person that kind of plays around a little bit with decision making, or like even if it's small decision making, right? Like, what are we gonna eat? Okay, I don't know what I want. What do you want? You get where we're going. Like, being very decisive and not playing around with those types of things, just knowing what to do and where to go, always knowing what to say and how to handle situations. That's what this person is gonna admire. Like, you having it under control is what this person's gonna admire. 10 of Pentacles, exactly, with a family. And something about you, just made to have a family, made to head a family, made to organize a family day to day, whatever it is, right? This person's gonna feel like a match made in heaven, just because it's everything that they've wanted in a family, right? Like, something about you as a partner, you're going to give them everything that they've wanted to experience in a family setting day to day. Okay. That's big because Ten of Pentacles talks about big extended families. So this person will love how if this person has a larger family, you have a larger family, they will like that because they'll like to have a lot of family around. But something about the way you allow them to connect or the way you manage connecting with the extended family and stay in touch in that way, that's how this person's really going to admire that. Okay. So let me pull more. What is this person gonna find attractive about my bubble milk tea for future spouse? This future spouse. No, too many. There we go. Very soon. You know, a lot of y'all are like asking me other questions. That card's come out a lot today, and the deck is cleansed and it jumped out. So you may need a message, Pal 4, that yes, it is in fact safe for you to love. Go to the Dahlia. I have other readings on the channel as well. I know some of you watch this for fun, but you will get messages here for real. And you may have other messages. This is a maturing energy. And I'll take the bottom. We got a soulmate and a honeymoon. Yes, this is your soulmate. Enjoy the bliss of quality time together. So I'll do you guys a solid. I don't normally do this. I don't like to encourage this because people project into the readings instead of picking it and letting it pull their spouse in. They usually pick with a spouse in mind. If you pick this with a partner in mind, like a specific person in mind, and I'm not saying like for fun, like picking a random friend, picking a random whoever, like if you picked it genuinely, picked it with someone you're connecting with for real, boom, I'm helping you out. It says this is your soulmate. You may be going on a honeymoon very soon, quite literally. I don't make up the cards, okay? It's confirmation for some of you here. Okay, now the honeymoon is going to change the way this person sees you. Love that for you. It's given sensual vibes, which we will not elaborate on. But it feels like something about the honeymoon or and it doesn't even have to be like that, right? It could just be once you get engaged, as you plan the honeymoon, maybe there'll be this weird coincidence of you have the same ideal honeymoon destination or perception of honeymoons and things like that. Okay, all right. Let your friends help you. Ask for and accept support from others. I have what they tell their friends about you readings. Go there. There are redirections there as well. But family and friends, the way you manage your relationships there with them and across both sides of the family and friends, like that's a huge deal. Early stages that may rely on friends to help get closer to you based on that energy I mentioned at the beginning. Okay. Right. Honeymoon may be such a big deal that the friends have to help in some way. Could even be a destination wedding. I'm asking what they find attractive about you. So something about the way you look at the honeymoon. Okay. Or look at whatever destination wedding, if that's a thing, right? This would be that pile. Tell me more about my bubble milk tea, please. What is their future spouse? Finding attractive. I mentioned those sensual vibes. We're not talking about that. Y'all not getting me in trouble with YouTube. But deeper intimacy is here, right? The feelings of emotional closeness and love allow you to feel safe, desired, and more connected to your partner. Safe, happy home. Comfortable being who they are without wearing a mask. They can be themselves very intimately, very close with you without fear of judgment and things like that. So let me get 1 to 2 more. Tell me my final messages about this matcha bubble milk tea. Playfulness, I mentioned, right? Being able to be themselves. The intimacy could in fact be the playfulness, right? Really gonna enjoy the sensual activity for sure. Very passionate pile, but playtime is essential for relationships. Have a little fun recapturing romance with your partner. I like to see it because we got friends and family on the table. So everything about the bonding with family and friends, it's a huge deal for this person. I'm going to get one more. That empty space. The only reason I'm pulling one more is because of this empty space. Now, I've had it in multiple piles. The reason why that is relevant, something about you're going to feel an empty space with this person. I don't know if they've just historically been disinterested in dating, if they've had a hard time, if they're an eternal loner, if they just are always single, has never had someone in the home with them before. But it feels like really you being kind of a connector with their family and friends in a way that I don't know if they just don't know how to do or just whatever, but that's a huge deal, is filling this hole, filling this space. And this may be a person that doesn't have family and friends. It could be both. Okay. Look at that. I told you already. Go to the Secret Admirer readings I told you to. We have love at first sight, the instant gravitational pull you two felt when first meeting, let you know that this is a soul connection and building a future. Boom. This one is a keeper. Your love life is ascending to the next level. And I got 2 cards, just enough to make sure that there's no spaces on the table now. You see that? Closing up spaces. So I love it. Feels very fulfilled. Feels like a couple that kind of builds a community by their match. Okay. Feels like you two getting married will bring in more friends, will bring in more family, bring friends closer, bring family closer, and keep everybody engaged because you're married. Okay. And it does appear to start with the engagement. Okay. So slow down. Just because we want something so bad doesn't mean we have to rush into it. Take a moment to talk with your partner, to self-reflect on what is best. Feels like a partner that you will find after a long time coming, right? Feels like someone that may have lost faith in eventually finding a partner. That's why they're so happy with this home and all of that. Maybe this is a person that didn't think they would have that. So that is there. But I also got the slowing down. It feels like you will be able to slow this person down. So if they're the type to be on the go a lot, if they're the type to be really busy, feels like they appreciate you slowing them down with the 4 of Cups, being disengaged. That is unplugging to spend time with family and friends, okay? So that is all I have for you today. My pile number 4. Hopefully it resonated. If it did, please like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and join the crew if you're able to. We have a lot of exclusive messages on the Onyx Key tier. Thank you for watching.